everyone, this is Paul, and today we're going to have a look at the Magic Spells music video from Crystal Castles, Blessed Be the Fruit. It's one of my favorite music songs from Crystal Castles. There is a slight disclaimer I have to tell you, however, this video will feature violence and it will also have a slight snuff film vibe to it, which most people don't like, me included, but we will have a look and see what it's all about. There is already a slight background noise. They didn't leave the background noise off, which gives a very gritty vibe, which is in contrast with the sort of jolly song. It's a very lovely song. It usually reminds me of Kittens, but not in here. It's definitely not normal for someone to sleep like that on the concrete. We see that all too often, but it's not normal, and it's juxtapositioned with the sort of enjoyable, danceable song. It's just not normal for someone to exist like that. And that environment does feel a little, like moist and cold. Something is extremely off. It does feel like a still image, like a scene from an everyday life, but it feels very tense and it feels very off. What does that person do? Why does everything feel so untended to? It's not okay. Alright, the song is still beautiful, but this point of the video is artistically ridiculous. Yes, of course, art like this is meant to stimulate and provoke, but ask yourself, did you leave enriched after this video? Are you enriched in any way? Or did you waste time? Do you feel more refined mentally after this video than you were before it? Or do you feel almost damaged or disturbed, like you've lost something than what you had before this video? I think this artwork is not very considerate of the consumer, and if you treat creations as words, as speech, as communication, then this was just a very rude gesture towards the viewer. It is very surreal, though, how the world just carried on after this incident, after this assault. But it is also surreal how homeless people are just left to sleep like that on the concrete. They are left to suffer. They might have worms. They might have parasites. They might need to resort to sex work. People might have thrown acid into their face and gone blind. These things I've said have all happened to homeless people, I know. Yep, the typical dirty, opalesque water you see in cities is not natural, and it just reinforces that something is utterly wrong with your experience, with your life in the metropolitan area. So there is a slight background for me to provide to you about this song and about this video. According to the people of Reddit, this video is not real. It is directed and there is quote-unquote editing magic involved. I really hope so, because it's left so low res, right, for design reasons, that if I look very closely I can even see like blood spatter on the walls, which I really hope is not real, but it is very unlikely real. The video is created by Video Marsh. I did not dare look around his website, but his image seems to resonate with Crystal Castles a lot. Now, what could this video mean? It does not deserve your attention too much, or your energy too much, to be honest, because it is not an enriching narrative. But if you're curious, I may tell you that Alice Glass had an interview back in the day, and he would mention that one act she associates with punkness is possibly she getting a concrete block and throwing it on someone's head. Now, this sounds like random angst, right? It is not fully random. Alice Glass and Ethan Katz were very displeased with pop culture, pop music, and commercialism and capitalism. They were extremely worried about the sexualization of music that children consume, and they would speak up against it. That and other experiences, a very prominent nihilism in their philosophy, would lead them into these twisted narratives that they would feel like they would need to say, they would need to express because no one else would express it. So what they are essentially trying to do is they're trying to break down hypocrisy of any form. This is why they use religious imagery or pathological imagery in their songs, and they overall just try to turn norms upside down. Thanks for listening to my video and watching my video. The next video will be a music review. I will have a look at the list and we will do some dancing as usual. Thank you for being here and goodbye. I'm almost gone because I had an extra thought which didn't even make it into my notes. Isn't it interesting when a song is quite unorthodox when it comes to emotions? You know, when you listen to jazz, you expect to be relaxed, kind of. When you listen to blues, you expect to feel melancholy, kind of. When you listen to metal, you expect to feel angry and rebellious. But when a song is new, when it's genre defining or different, your brain can't quite figure out what it should feel, and that's when the weird interpretations come in. And you can hear that from me and from other people. It's very interesting. Now, that was my thought, and thanks for your time. Happy third quarter, and goodbye to you. Bye. Okay, this is kind of funny. I forgot to turn off the recording. Lol.